Hello and welcome back to Grace.Filled Reads. I'm so excited to be back with another YouTube video. So I did post one video. I got a mystery bundle from Christian Books for $10 for 10 books and I was so excited I just jumped right in. I let that be my jump off point and I got that for my birthday, so it's my birthday month. So in today's video I am going to be doing the Newbie Booktube Tag, and you guys are going to notice that I'm in my kids' homeschool room. And I am a mommy of 5, so if you hear the kids in the background playing, or if you hear the chickens or the goats, hey, that's what's happening over this way. So thank you for joining. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? Well, I love books. I love to talk. And so together, it's a very interesting combination. So seriously, who wants to just sit and hear me talk about books for hours and hours and hours? No one. So I decided, you know what? I am going to just get me a set of friends who want to hear about every single story, no judgment, and they'll just let me talk and share all the things that I want to share because I have a lot to share. Okay, so it says, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Well, I'm not exactly sure what I can bring to BookTube that's unique and fun, but I'm just bringing myself. Like, I'm bringing all of me, and I am just such a plethora of things, from having goats and chickens and 5 children to homeschooling and being plant-based and cooking from scratch and all the things. So I really just bring myself, and I'm hoping that you guys will just let me be me, that you'll just embrace all of me and just show me love. That is the hope. Okay, number 3, what are you the most excited about for this channel? I started touching on it already, but it's just the people. It's the community. It's just the relationships. It's being able to bond with other people who would otherwise have nothing in common with you over this book. And for me, reading is therapeutic. I didn't share, but I'm also in college. I'm a junior, finishing up my degree in psychology with an ultimate goal of being a marriage and family therapist. So between the college workload, between the homeschooling workload, the 5 children workload, the mom, the wife, the animals, all the things, I need a time for me. I need downtime for me. And I remember reading something one time that was talking about most adults pick up less than like 3, or it might have been like 2 books per year. Like, it was a crazy number. And I was like, wow. I was like, wait a minute. I'm in that wow group. And I was like, how did I get so far from my love of reading? Because I have always been able to read big novels. Like, when you talk about even the new moon and eclipse type books, those were some really Twilight Saga. I was able to read like each book in one day because I thought the book was so good. So how did I go from that to barely reading at all? And I thought about it. Reading is something that I love. Reading is something that's therapeutic. Reading is something that's good for your mental health and your mental capacity. It reduces stress by over 60%, I read. And so it's like, you know what? I need to incorporate at least 20 minutes of reading per day into my life. Do I always get to do that? No. But sometimes do I get to do more? Yes. And so I love that. I typically read about 4 books per month. So it's not as fast as some of the other channels, but again, I have a lot going on, and there may be a month that I do less. And earlier in the year, there was a month, I don't have my paper like that I wrote my notes down, but there was a month that I read 13 books. But you never know what you're gonna get. So what books or series got me into reading? So I have been reading, as far as I can remember, before I left the elementary school library, I had probably read 75% of all the books that the library had to offer. But I think what definitely rekindled that fire was definitely the Twilight Saga. I just, for whatever the reason, I love those movies, I love those books, and they were just so absolutely phenomenal for me. 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Ooh, okay, so sorry, I got excited. Okay, so I would like to know a couple things. I would like to know, one, like, how did you decide what genre of books that you liked, that you loved? I would ask them, how do they plan out their videos so that they can continue to have content. I want to know, if you were stranded on a farm, what one book would you bring with you? If you were stranded on an island, what one book would you bring with you? I would like to know, if you were dying, what one book would you read to the entire world? What one book that you read so far would have changed your entire life if you read it years before? And lastly, do you like getting books to read them, or because they're beautiful and they're cute to go on your shelves? If there could only be 3 books in the world, what would they be? If you could write a book today, what would you write about? What author do you feel is most like you, and or what character in what book do you feel most resembles you? Okay. Number 7 is, what challenges do you think will be the hardest to overcome starting this channel? Well, if I'm being honest, people are so critical and they're so judgmental. They want you to look a certain way, act a certain way, speak a certain way, read a certain type of book, and there's just a lot of judgment. And so for me, I think that the biggest challenge that I'll have is just doing it, not waiting until the lighting is right, the background is right, until there's absolute silence. Just doing it, just doing what I love, because when you're doing what you love, it makes a difference. And I feel like it makes a difference between you connecting to others and really just being authentic to you. Because if you're just here like, I'm here to talk about this book right here, I mean, people, I mean, not, no offense if you sound like that, but people will know, and they'll be able to feel it, because real recognizes real, and people understand when people are genuine and when they truly have passion for something. And so I'm just here to be here, and I hope you guys will stick around for the journey. Number 8 is, when did you start reading? I've been reading since I can remember, since I was a really little girl. And books really became my escape from life, and really just became a safe haven and just such a wonderful place and experience for me. Ooh, where do you read? So I typically read in my bed, or I read just in my little chair. I don't have a lot of options. There's 7 of us, and there's always somebody somewhere. But in a dream world, I would love to create a beautiful office and space where I have all of my books, where I can read, where I can write, and I would imagine just some like fairy lights and candles, and probably like a hammock swing chair, probably like this with the greenery and this whole wooden natural look, white, wooden, green. Can you just envision it? With a lot of beautiful artwork. I don't think that was part of the question, but this is a get to know me. So you need to know who I am before you decide that you're gonna follow this journey with me. Okay, number 10, what kind of books do I read? Whew, gotta take a breath on that one. So I read all kind of books, and I'm still discovering all of the genres, to be honest. Like, I think it was last year I read YA for the first time. I had never even really heard of YA and middle grade. I mean, books are just books, right? But they're not. There's so many types and varieties and genres. And so when I read the first YA book, it was so good. I read like 5 more within the week, because they were just so amazing. And I started off with Elizabeth Avicillo, and they were just such amazing books. And I just kind of went on from there, piecing me together and all that. And so then my children are around that middle grade year. And so with a couple of other amazing YouTubers, I joined in on their middle grade march. Even though I didn't post, I told everybody I was going to post, and I was like, oh, I'm not really ready. So I've had this page set up for probably close to a year, but I just never posted anything. So I'm ready, because it's my birthday month, only in August, 8 months later. But I read The Pony, and that was really amazing. That was a middle grade. So I found that I like YA, I like middle grade, I love romance. I mean, I absolutely love all of romance. But I also love self-help. I love historical fiction. I really love biblical fiction. Oh, I really love that. I got into Pearl and the Sands and A Centurion's Wife. Oh my goodness, I love it. And I really love, I love all the things. And I love like Chuck Black. Is it Chuck Black? Yes, Chuck Black and things like that. And so that would probably be, well, I don't know what genre that is, but let's just make this really easy. I like all the genres. I like them all. So number 11 says, what does your collection look like? And it's eclectic. It's all types of things from Bibles and religious self-help, boundaries, emotional help, the body keeps a score, things like that. It is full of some secular books. I know that I was told like, oh, I can't believe that you read secular books and you're a Christian. Well, I have YA, I have middle grade, I have whatever category Chuck Black would be in. So I just have, these are, like I said, this is the homeschool room. So they have the Expedients. And in my room, I just have the plain white bookshelves and I have 4 of them. So I was thinking about rearranging them because before it was really decorative, like I'm a crafty person. And so like I had all these things and flowers and just to make it so beautiful. And now I'm thinking about doing some things a little bit different to make sure I have room for all the books and to make it more functional over pretty because I need space for my books, right? So hopefully this was all the questions for the tag. Hopefully you enjoy getting to know me. This is pretty much it. Like this is pretty much my life wrapped up in under 20 minutes. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video. This is not on the list, but let's just talk because that's what we do on here, right? So my plans for this booktube is to maybe post 4 times a month. So I think to start off with, I'm going to try for 4 times a month. And if I can do more at any point, I will. And if I can't do 4, then you guys have to give me grace. So I want to share once a month my previous month wrap up. I want to share once a month the TBRs for that month. I would like to share once a month any book hauls that I have done and or any like just sharing different series and things on my shelf so you guys can see where I start from. And that's 4, but if there's anything left like a chat, there's room for a tag or for a challenge or extra review I want to do, then that's where those extra reviews might come in. Because honestly, I see a lot of people where they do all their reviews within that wrap up, but sometimes I just like sitting and watching a chatty video where you talk about one single book, like the entire video. And so I really love reviews. And so that is something that I watch the most on here. Hauls and stuff are great, but I really love hearing what you thought about this book and what you took from it and how it impacted you. Or was it impactful at all? Was it just a chance to just relax and just enjoy the day or the night? So either way, I'll be back with another video soon. I appreciate you watching, and until the next video, read another book and blessings.